My name is Rabbi Simeon Cohen, and I'm the Assistant Rabbi at Temple Beth Shalom in Livingston. This is your Bit of Torah for Parshat Tetzaveh, and thank you to the Jewish Federation of Greater Metro West New Jersey for facilitating this program. In 1966, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel delivered an essay to the American Conference of Cantors called The Vocation of the Cantor. I want to share some of Heschel's insight from that essay with you now. As Heschel writes, what does a person expect to attain when entering a synagogue? We are constantly in need of self-purification. We are in need of experiencing moments in which the spiritual is as relevant and as concrete as the aesthetic. Everyone has a sense of beauty, but we also must learn to become sensitive to the spirit. And it's in the synagogue where we acquire such inwardness, such sensitivity, such reverence. In other words, Heschel teaches that the synagogue, and the synagogue alone, is the place where we develop a sense of reverence, a sense of spiritual sensitivity, a sense of transcendence. And that is exactly what we're taught in this week's Parshat, Tetzaveh. Parshat Tetzaveh continues the theme established in last week's Parshat Truma, a recounting of the details of the Mishkan, the tabernacle or portable sanctuary that functioned as the epicenter of worship for the Israelites during our years of wandering in the wilderness. Tetzaveh emphasizes the priestly garments and the building of the Mizbeach, or the altar. But it opens with the command to light the Ner Tamid. Ve'ata tetzaveh et bnei Yisrael vayikchu elecha shemen zayit zach katit lamaor laha'alot Ner Tamid. You shall further instruct the Israelites to bring you clear oil of beaten olives for kindling the Ner Tamid, the eternal flame. As they often are, the rabbis of the Talmud are perplexed by this command. In Masechet Shabbat, page 22b, Rav Sheshet asks, does God really need the light of the Ner Tamid? In fact, wasn't it God's light that illuminated the Israelites' path during their 40 years of wandering in the wilderness? In fact, Rav Sheshet teaches, the light isn't for God at all. It functions as a testament to the Israelites that God's presence always dwells among them. The Ner Tamid is a major feature of every synagogue in the world. Here is one of ours at Temple Beth Shalom. It reminds us that no matter how difficult things may get, or how dire things may be, God's presence is always with us. And it's important to note that the Ner Tamid is not found in the Jewish home, but rather in the Beit Knesset, in the synagogue. Yes, God's presence is everywhere, but it's not everywhere that we feel God's presence. It's when we're in shul, searching for truth, searching for meaning, and surrounded by Kehilah Kedosha, by sacred community, that the Shekhinah, God's presence, is felt most powerfully, and the divine flame burns most brightly. As Heschel put it, to attain a degree of spiritual sensitivity, we need an atmosphere where the concern for the spirit is shared by the community. And that atmosphere is the synagogue. And so my hope and prayer for our Metro West community is that we continue to acknowledge and embrace the power of coming to shul. You need it as much as it needs you. And may your synagogue always be a place in which God's presence burns brightly.